environmental solutions, all contributing to Ghana's national target and Africa's development goal. Uenr's rising international stature is visible and respected. In 2022, we were honored to co-host the UNOSA Space for Water Management Program and Geo Week 2022 in Accra, a global milestone that placed Ghana and Uenr at the heart of conversations on space-based sustainability. We are recognized for our UNCCD Geo-endorsed postgraduate programs on sustainable land management. This is so unique in Africa. Our World Bank-funded Regional Center for Energy and Environmental Sustainability is a continental leader in research. UNER's international ESSIN accreditation shows our strive for academic excellence. At our Earth Observation Research Innovation Center, our 4 satellite ground stations, including the prestigious Cosmics 2, place Ghana among only 2 African nations hosting world-class weather and space weather infrastructure. Won't you clap for the university for this thing? URIC, our Earth Observation Research Center, also has a carbon flags tower through our collaboration with Czech Globe in the Czech Republic, which support carbon credit supporting. It is interesting to note that we are the only tertiary institution in Africa that is having such a carbon flags. Our Center for Climate Change and Gender Studies leads interdisciplinary research on today's most pressing global issue. Now, I must say that Uenr is a leader in the waste-to-energy research. Key projects, namely waste-to-energy, that convert municipal waste to energy, Refed Africa, that convert agricultural waste to energy, and Level Up project, converting all plant waste to energy, are in collaboration with several European and African partners. In 2025, our Big Data Center for Sustainable Development Goals gained the endorsement of UNESCO's Digital Sustainable Development Goals program under the International Decade of Sciences for Sustainable Development, a remarkable recognition of our commitment to data-driven development. Today, we also unveiled the Industrial Attachment Placement Portal, a strategic tool bridging classroom knowledge with real-world industry experience. Now, we look ahead with hope and resilience. UNER's aspirations extend beyond Ghana. We are crafting a new identity, one that places UNER as a university that serves Ghana, Africa, and the world. In the decade ahead, we aim to achieve the following through a cutting-edge program. 1, to eradicate energy poverty across continents. Pursue sustainable resource management with environmental integrity. Build skills for the green economy. And then champion job creation through innovation. We therefore extend hands and our voices for partnerships and collaborations as we continue to grow. To our esteemed diplomatic missions, development agencies, and global allies, UNER offers not just partnerships, but ones with purpose. Our strategic location, our specialized focus, and our growing reputation make us a natural hub for collaborative impact in Africa. To our sister institutions and partners, I'm sure they are around, UCC, University of Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and UDS, we thank you for being here, if you are present. Your presence affirms the unity and strength of Ghana's academic community. Together, we elevate Ghana's prominence in higher education and research excellence. And to our dear students, you are inheriting a university that stands proudly among its peers on the world stage. Seize the opportunities for global exchange. Engage with our partners. Connect with industry. Prepare to become leaders in the discourse on sustainable development. And may Uenr be the better of it. To our dear hard-working and self-sacrificing staff, keep Uenr spirit up. Row the boat with us to shore of world-class universities where we belong. To the organizers of today's special day, thank you. This celebration is more than a moment. It is a milestone, a reflection of our growth, a tribute to our collaborations, and a testament to our vision. As we embrace greater internationalization, we remain rooted in our mission to serve Ghana, inspire Africa, and impact the world. The theme of today's event, Promoting Internationalization, Visibility and Impact through Diversity and Inclusion, is not merely aspirational. It is our lived reality and our promise to the future. To hard-working government representatives here, we are happy to have you here. And we have full confidence that your ingredient to Uenr's recipe of becoming a world-class university will quicken our university space. Keep helping us. To Ghana Export Promotion Authority, GIZ, Ghana, and our international partners, we say thank you. Your trust and collaboration have made this journey possible. Together, we are not simply nurturing a university. We are lighting a torch of hope for sustainable development across Africa and beyond. As we draw the curtain down to this celebration, let us remember that every pulse of progress begins with connection. From the hidden communication of intercellular signals to the bold strides of international collaboration, our world is stitched together by the invisible thread of inter-exchange, empathy, and shared purpose. Today, Uenr stands not just as a university, but as a living node in that global network. Through diversity, we discover strength, and through inclusion, we shape impact. May we carry forward this spirit of connection, not only across borders and disciplines, but into every idea, every classroom, every innovation. Because to be truly international is to embrace the infinite dialogue of humanity. Thank you and welcome to Uenr's International Day 2025.
Thank you very much, the Vice Chancellor. Those were the chairman's opening remarks, and if it's a chairman with opening remarks, it has to be long and beautiful. Thank you so much for taking us to the biology class and helping us to see how cells cohere and expand to the organs, to the human personality, to nations, proving that our university is an international one. Thank you so much. A round of applause to do, everybody.
So Prof mentioned that now we have 70 active memoranda of understanding across 6 continents. He mentioned we also have 37 African partnerships, 13 European partnerships, 10 North American partnerships, and 9 Asian partnerships. No wonder Prof asked that we put a round of friends. The university is doing so well. Can we clap for our leadership? Currently, we are hosting 13 international students from 7 African nations, namely Sierra Leone, Nigeria, Chad, Ethiopia, Kenya, Gambia, and Zimbabwe. And we have all them around. We'll be seeing them.
And I think there's no doubt that we are going to continue to expand as a university and having many students from not just Africa, but from the rest of the world. So that will be a nice step in the direction that we want to go as a university.
We will ask the cultural tribute to be on standby. Very soon they'll be giving us an interlude, but before then, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to introduce to you the reps from Sunyane Regional House of Chiefs.
And you have to listen very carefully as he pronounces the names of these dignitaries. And of course, she has to be the one to do that. Benedicta, over to you.
We were expecting our governing council chairman for first opening for the first time. Onimdifo bene kese mrenim for mapa or Sajafo or Siadia Dr. Ajimambadu II. Domakusi Bodum. But he asked his reps to come. Ladies and gentlemen, Nananom Bempa bro for Sembebre nti. Homa makwenya ne minyi nananom chire ewo pono kasamo. Nananom Mwandaroma Slomo akwenya. Yetia ye yensa ka okatachie nana amwa atru konkonchia. Nana ye man hene ewo Japekrom traditional area. Nana Wadaroma ubepejamu maumamfo ya mawakwaba. Nanani OC Osajafo Osiadie yo Dr. Ajimambadu anamu ewo ye dwumadie ase. Nana nko nante nti nana obahen one ne mpanimfo ye wonana Kwame Owusu Owosu Adoto the second time divisional council president. Nana Wadaroma pejamu na omamfo emo akwaba nanasa ti nasana manhene no ye wonana ankama bosomche autosumienu konti hene Japekrom traditional area. Nana Wadaroma ye mana nanoma kwaba na meka was said nana atru konkonchia ne ye manhene de ma Japekrom traditional area. Afe ye wono fotabraba ba apanyina odi nana no manim Nana Akuya Benedapa, Queen Mother, Japekrom traditional area. Nana Wadaroma Pejamwe, na woman for Yemo Akwaba. Nana one Nana Yebua, Esuyama, Jasahine, Nasana, Nebaya, Nana, where the Wadaroma Pejamo, ne Yemo Akwaba. Afe Penifwe Bebe, Bede registrar, and by registrar, Japekrom traditional area, Mr. Gideon Frempong. Eja from Pompejamu, Neyamau, Akwaba, Japekrom traditional area. Na babia oye medeni. Nana, man hine Japekrom. Nichili ye kurafo, Roni Beka say umbrella carrier. We are going to introduce him to Kwabnajaman, Ora Kwabnajaman Pejamwe. Most often we forget to introduce these beautiful personalities, but they are playing a huge role. And then we have Ohine Ejekum, the driver who brought Nana Jakum, Pejamo, near Mawakwaba. Yania Japasi at Safra more mobile. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to continue with the program. I will hand over to my co-MC.
And you could see there's something special about our traditional names. They carry meaning and our local languages, which mean that we should promote these names and our own local languages, because names mean a lot to us and they carry weight, don't they? That's beautiful. It's now time for us to have some musical interlude, and we would like to once again invite the university's cultural troupe, and this time they are performing something special. It is an international day, so they are going international, and they are performing something from Guinea, and the name of that dance is called Sijimbe from Guinea. Uenr cultural troupe.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome them with a round of applause. Uenr cultural troupe. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Sijimbe from Guinea, Uenr Cultural Troupe has gone international. And if you have something to support the cultural troupe, do not delay. You can see Charity Roberts, Miss Charity Roberts. She's doing very well for the cultural troupe. And you can acknowledge that the dance moves of Sijimbe look just like any dance move in Ghana. The movement of the hands, the waist, the legs, very similar to ours, meaning that we are one people, aren't we? Thank you so much, Uenr Cultural Troupe. Before we get into the next aspect of the program, we would like to acknowledge some platform guests who are here with us. Benedicta?
Thank you. Before we acknowledge our guests, level 100 electrical electronic students, can we wave? Oh, let's see you. I've seen you around. Oh, we appreciate your coming. Please make sure you fill the front seats, the empty seats in front of you. Make sure you do that. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the International Day celebration and exhibition under the theme Promoting Internationalization, Visibility and Impact Through Diversity and Inclusion. And we are happy to inform you that we have some special guests in our midst. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Mr. Kweku Yeboah. He is the project manager at GIZ. Please, let's see you, sir. Let's welcome him with a round offering. We also have the director at GSSTI in the person of Mr. Joseph Breman Tando. Sir Joseph, please rise so that we welcome you in the Uenr way. We are also fortunate to have the director coming from Ministry of Energy in the person of Mr. Seth Mahu, representing the minister. Thank you very much for coming. Also from the Ministry of Energy, we have an assistant director in the person of Mr. Mbo Samuel. Please, shall you rise so that we give you the Uenr warm welcome. And we have a rep from JEPA in the person of Miss Linda Sewa Mensa. Madam, please rise and wave at our audience. Thank you very much for coming. You are warmly welcome to our great occasion.
Thank you very much, Benedicta. For every program, there are forces behind the scene that make it important and come to life. And today is today because there are some men and women who have contributed to the day being what it is today. So I'd like to get some remarks from some individuals contributing to today's important coming together here. So I'd like to take a brief remarks from the chairman of Uenr Day Committee, Professor Engineer Emmanuel Nyantechi.
Shall we welcome Professor Engineer Emmanuel Nyantechi? He is the chairman for Uenr Day Committee as he comes to the podium to introduce to us and tell us a little more about Uenr Day. Prof wants you to appreciate him with a round offering. And that's why he's keeping long. Please continue to do that. Continue to do that. Thank you very much, Professor Engineer Emmanuel Nyantechi, Chairman, Uenr Day Committee. Prof, your audience. We are encouraging the students who are leaving to please be seated. We've sought for permission from your lecturers. So please stay glued to your seats for the program.
Yeah, that's true, because if Uenr goes international, you go international too. So all students are encouraged to stay put and enjoy the program because you are part of it. Thank you very much. Professor, it's now your turn.
Prof. Chair, Professor Evis Asarabedi Aku, Vice Chancellor of the University of Energy and Natural Resources, a rep of the Honorable Minister for Energy and Green Transition, and my own classmate, Engineer Seth Mau. He was the Director of Renewable Energy. Rep for the Minister of Environment, Science and Technology, as well as the Bono Regional Minister. Rep of the CEO of the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, reps of GIZ, Ghana Space Science Technology, Nananom, Acting Pro VC, Registrar, Deans and Directors, heads of departments, units, and sections, esteemed faculty and students, respected alumni, dear students, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. The International Day celebration is part of the series of activities lined up by the Uenr Day Committee. A decade and 2.5 years ago, the idea conceived by our founding fathers and mothers of Uenr sailed from the high seas of imagination to the shore of reality on November 17, 2012. That is why 12 years later, we celebrated this special day last year. We assembled to launch this day, which is now indelibly etched in the walls of history of this great university. Over the years, Uenr has risen as a beacon of innovation, sustainability, and academic excellence, consistently pushing boundaries and setting new standards in higher education. The Uenr Day allowed us to reflect on achievements and envision the next chapter of our growth, a chapter that will be rooted in our core values of unity, integrity, teamwork, creativity, innovation, resilience, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. The journey towards institutional excellence is neither an easy nor a linear path. And therefore, this demands that we remain steadfast in our values, resourceful in our actions, and also committed to a culture that promotes professionalism, dedication, and a deep sense of purpose. One of the cornerstones of our university that Uenr Day seeks to advance is the culture of professionalism. This professionalism must equip us to act with integrity, upholding the highest standards of every interaction and dedicating ourselves to fostering an environment where excellence defines our very nature. As we strive for a resilient future, we should allow the culture of professionalism guide our actions, ensure that Uenr stands as a model of academic and operational excellence. In addition to the culture of professionalism is the pillar of dedication. Our being dedicated fuels our students, faculty, and staff to go the extra mile in order to innovate and to find solutions that impact not only our university, but our nation and the world at large. Dedication reminds us that our work at Uenr is not just ourselves, but for the communities we serve, the industries we shape, and the future generations we inspire. I therefore call upon each one of us to be ambassadors of Uenr. And therefore, as ambassadors of Uenr, we must embody the spirit, the pride, and the mission of this great university. Let us celebrate the achievements that have been made possible through our collective efforts, the growth of our academic programs, the successes of our alumni, our strides in research, innovation, and infrastructure development that are supporting our expansion. Let us be forward-looking by building a resilient future that requires we are adaptable, innovative, and forward-thinking. This means preparing ourselves to meet the challenges of both the present and future and seizing the opportunities that lie ahead. Our commitment to sustainability, renewable energy, and environmental stewardship will continue to drive us as we seek to impact our society positively. We should let this day remind us of the journey we have traveled, the accomplishments we have achieved, and the possibilities that await us. Together, through professionalism, dedication, and ambassadorship, we will build a resilient and achieve the institutional excellence that Uenr strives for. On this note, I want to thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Professor Nyanteti. That is very brief. Brief in context. And we know what Uenr Day celebration is about now. We want to get right into another one. We're going to have another brief remarks, International Day celebration and exhibition. And this time we invite Engineer Professor Amos Kaboba, who is a Dean, International Relations Office. A round of applause, please.
This humble man and his team puts together every beautiful thing you see out here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's appreciate him better as he comes here. Please, shall we give it up to him? A very humble professor.
Professor Kaboba.
His kind is real.
We're all ears.
The Vice Chancellor, Professor Elvis Asari Bediako, and our chairman for today, permit me to stand on existing protocols and to also mention that their excellencies, the ambassadors of Czech Republic, the Netherlands, and also the Turkey have also extended their wishes to us because they wanted to be part of this program. But unfortunately, because it falls within their summer vacation, they were not able to make it. And I have a written speech here, but after listening to the chairman, I think he has mentioned a lot of things. And also after observing our students too, I think if there was a need for me to change my speech. The reason is that, dear students, the Nananom are here because of you. Everybody that is sitting here is because of you. We know that the program that we have outlined today is for you. You may not know that at our time, it was so difficult to get such opportunity. It was very difficult for us to get such opportunity. Today, our university is proud to have this maiden International Day to showcase what we have been doing. Uenr is a young university, but there's so much that we are doing. And we want our students to not just be the theoretical students, but to be connected to what is happening locally and internationally. That is why today we have 30 plus companies that are coming from the Ghana Exports promotion. Please, I would like us to clap for all these indigenous companies that have made an effort to be here with us. It proves a point that every student here, you have a chance to link up with these companies for a job, or also having the vision of creating your own company. I think that is the message at the University of Energy we want to portray, that at the end of the day, you should be able to stand on your feet, because the government will not be able to employ all of you. Our partnership, as our Vice Chancellor have mentioned, is across all the continents. It means if you take every continent, we are having a note there. And what do we do with all this? We are trying to ensure that both staff and students are having the necessary exchanges that is needed. And one of the things that we are doing is we have joint programs which is called 2+2 program. And examples are the New Mexico University, where we are having one. We also have a 2+2 also with Jiangsu University in China, and we are exploring a lot of these. We also have Erasmus program, which is also running, which allows our students to go for short-term visits in Europe and come back. Now, the International Relations Office has been, let me put it this way, dreaming of the possibility by which we can be able to harness all our partners and to think about a hope whereby we can come and join hands together to see what we can be able to do. So I'm very happy that today Ghana Expo Promotion is here. They have done a lot of work by transporting all these exhibitors to this place, and I think I would like us to give them a hand. Now, the good news is that, to the management of our university, the good news is that Ghana Expo Promotion sees us as a host for their future infrastructure development, which we think this is very, very important. That there could be a time that will be hosting some of these things in a special way, and we will call it Gibai International House or what. This is something that is being discussed. And today too, we want to give chance because there are a lot of study abroad programs, and here we have DAD is here, we have Campus France. There are also a lot of other study abroad programs that are going to be mentioned here today, which are all important in trying to help us to move forward. I am also happy to see that the Ghana Space Science has come, because one of the things, dear students, is that Ghana has launched the National Space Policy, which means in terms of digitalization, Uenr is not left out. Uenr is a core part of it. And if you look at the exhibition booths, there are a lot of things that we can be able to learn through that. So my message is very brief. To all the exhibitors, our students are very intelligent. They can have a lot they can tap. You can talk to them, and there's a lot. Our students too, you have a lot to learn. Each exhibition booth have something that is connecting to your curriculum. So we hope that you spend a lot of time, ask questions, and through that we can be able to build something. Now, to all our partners, I personally see as a foundation dean today as a seed that we have sown, and with the vision that next year we are not going to have a one-day program. It's going to be a 3-day program to allow our private companies and our staff and our students to have enough time for them to nurture the collaboration and for them to think about how we can jointly work together. I think that is one of the things that we are looking at. So, in conclusion, I want to thank each one of you for the sacrifice, and to my committee for the sacrifices you have made. In fact, a lot of them slept here yesterday. So it's been a lot of sacrifice to bring all this to place. So thank you very much, everyone, for listening. And I wish that we wish everyone a very successful program. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor. Let's appreciate Professor Kaboba. Oh, we can do better. Thank you very much. So from all our speakers, you realize that the university is doing so well. I remember Prof mentioning ASEN, our accreditation. He mentioned Uenr, that is our 4th satellite ground station. Ghana is among the only 2 African nations hosting world-class weather and space weather infrastructure. Uenr is doing well. Clap for yourself if you're here.
Of course, we call ourselves a university because of our biggest stakeholders, students. And we'd just be fine to listen to the president of the Student Representative Council, a brief remark from him why we are going international as a university. So we invite on stage Mr. Andrew Danso, the SRC president, for brief remarks.
Notably, we also have the Global Alumni Chairperson, Ms. Naja. Please join the president for SRC. We want to see all of you. And we have the GASAC president here. Kindly join so that we have the leadership of the students force. Please, as they come, let's appreciate their coming with a round offering. These are members representing our students force, and they have a little to say to us.
You can tell that even the gate, the steps show that of a big man, Mr. Danso.
That's our
Oh,
lady
yes.
coming, the Global Alumni Chairperson, Lady Najat. Let's welcome her. She's selling Uenr to the international force. Thank you very much for coming.
The students, Professor PACA, Professor Elvis Asari Bediakon, the Pro Vice Chancellor, Engineer Professor Nana Dechi, the Registrar of the University of Energy and Natural Resources, Ms. Georgina Asi Ousu, the Dean of Students, Professor Simon Abugri, Nananom, distinguished guests, esteemed faculty members, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. As we congregate to commemorate International Day, I am privileged to represent the students' body of the University of Energy and Natural Resources. Today we are assembled to extol virtues of internationalization, visibility and impact through the twin pillars of diversity and inclusion. In an era where global challenges necessitate collective action, our university emphasis on energy and natural resources assumes paramount importance. The synergy born of paramount diversity expertise is the crucible in which innovative solutions are forged. By embracing our differences, we cultivate a culture of intellectual curiosity, creativity, and mutual respect. As we celebrate the richness of our global community, I invite you to join me in harnessing our collective potential to drive transformative change. Let us leverage our unique strengths to propel our universities towards excellence and contribute meaningfully to the global discourse of our sustainable development. To our international students, I extend a warm welcome to Uenr family. We say Uenr is home. Your presence enriches our academic environment, and we value the distinct perspectives you bring to our community. To our local students, I encourage you to engage with our global cohorts, embracing the opportunity to broaden your horizons and foster lifelong connections. As we strive for excellence, let us remain cognizant of our power of diversity and inclusion. By embracing our differences, we strengthen our community, and by working beacons of excellence, illuminating the path to a brighter future of all. In conclusion, I would like to express my deepest appreciation to the organizers of this event and to each and every one of you for your presence and participation. Together, let us continue to promote internationalization, visibility, and impact through diversity and inclusion. Thank you very much.
Nananom, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Energy and Natural Resources, the Pro Vice Chancellor, our dear Mommy Registrar, a Dean of Students, all protocols duly observed. A very good morning to you all. Thank you. My name is Janat Isifu, and I'm the Global Chairperson for the Uenr Alumni Association. From the alumni fraternity, we want to congratulate the organizers of the International Day Celebration Program. This is a wonderful program and a wonderful initiative that ensures and promotes inclusion and diversity. And this is what the alumni at the global level we are looking forward to. The Alumni Association has put quite a number of initiatives in place to ensure that as we are here journeying through your educational levels, as you are here acquiring the necessary skills and knowledge, after your 4 years here, your 2 years here, or your terms here, we would ensure that you have a very sustainable livelihood. As you live here, you are able to get opportunities that will enable you to utilize the skills and knowledge you are gaining here to build a better life for yourselves. And that's the reason why last month the Alumni Association brought together a lot of our members and also students who engaged with the United Nations volunteers, where they shared quite a number of global opportunities to our members who have the skills to actually take advantage of these opportunities. And this is something that we plan to continuously do. On the 15th of August, at this very auditorium, the Alumni Association is going to bring quite a number of organizations and companies from different industries for the Alumni Job and Career Fair, where you get the opportunity to engage all of these companies who has opportunities for you. And during this event, we are going to ensure that your capacities are built, because whilst we are bringing these companies to you, we have to also ensure that you are prepared to take advantage of the opportunities available. So there's going to be quite a number of trainings in CV writing, how you can prepare for interviews, and how you can even search for jobs in your various industries. We want to applaud the Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Elvis, and the management of the university for the support you have given to the Alumni Association so far. We have been able to support the university because you gave us that support that we are enjoying now. And we want to ensure you that under my administration and the continuous administration to come, we are going to create more opportunities that will help to develop the university and ensure the growth and progress of our members who are leaving the university. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. A round
Ladies
of applause
and
to
gentlemen, let me sound biased here. Our lady here is not on our program outline. She was invited and she was unaware that she was going to speak. But look at the magic she did. Shall we appreciate her? Let me be biased a little. She's doing so well and putting Uenr on the map. Nana no nyama bebre okoso yeskum ha pa nti e besra mo. E ho twama hunra ha. Na nsam ye bobo so nyina na nya nu dwa bi ne ye dwa. Nyoma okoso. Na asuafo so a ye de bebre ho ada a che bebe mpanimfo no. Ho wani ehu bi. Mofra beden sesaye e beba man yi mo. Ye do mos.
We would like to thank the students and the Alumni Association for the wonderful job they are doing. Calling Uenr an alma mater is a good one, so look back to it, contribute your quota, and make Uenr great as an international university. We want to appreciate you very much for the roles that you play. We now move on to a special one. Which one is that, Benedicta?
We are going to have the special address on sustainable development through international cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, the one going to do us the honor is the head of delegation, component manager also at GIZ Ghana. Let's welcome Mr. Kwaku Yeboah as he gives us a special address. Please, let's acknowledge his coming with a special round offering as he comes here to give us a special address on sustainable development through international cooperation. Thank you very much, sir, for coming.
Good morning, and I will start by observing protocol, and that is to acknowledge the presence of our Pro-Vice Chancellor, Nananom, led by Okatache Amwa Etrun Konkonchian II, and as well, all protocol observed. My name is Kwaku Yeboah. Unfortunately, I am not a very formal person, so you see I'm not going to read a speech, but to talk to my colleagues here, especially the students who are here in present. I bring you greetings from the GIZ. The GIZ is a German word, so it is the Development Cooperation Agency of the German government. My project, which is the center we call Ghanaian European Center, is a co-funded project by the German Ministry for Economic Cooperation and the European Union. I'll talk to you in a bit as to what we do and the relevance of that for today's occasion. But importantly, I represented the GIZ at a similar event in Cape Coast last year. And I must say, as a proud son of the region, I am highly impressed that Uenr has taken a bold step towards such an initiative. This is one of the ways we can extend a lot of visibility to our students and to our region as well, the Bono region in particular. At the Ghanaian European Center, we work purposely to provide this internationalization engagement with state institutions. We work with the Ministry of Employment and Labor Relations and other affiliate ministries. What is our work? And this is where our students may probably want to pay attention. In the stands is the GEC, the Deutsche Akademische Dienst, which is the DAAD, Campus France, which are agencies that work to provide scholarship and funding opportunities for further studies. Our center, through the support of the European Union, is also providing information, career guidance, and further study opportunities to students. In particular is the Erasmus program. And as I went through the brochure I was given, it gladdens my heart to know that at least a couple of students from Uenr have been successful in the past few years as Erasmus beneficiaries. This year, I believe more than 30 students have been selected for the Erasmus program, and I'm praying that we'll have students from Uenr as well. It is important for the university to internationalize, and therefore the center in Accra has taken up the initiative to relate with almost all universities in Ghana. We have in the various counseling and placement centers representatives that work with us, and we provide them information as to opportunities external, largely within the EU and in Germany in particular, that the university can access and make available to students. This we do with the hope that it will help bridge the school to work transition and help the students to boost their morale as far as academics is concerned. When I was coming here, I searched and realized a couple of the students are from my hometown, so I invited a couple of them over. One of them unfortunately told me he doesn't like the crowd of Feria Depa. And my prayer is that the Career Guidance Center of the university will seek to improve upon its engagement with students so that students who don't have the capacity to engage in groups, to engage externals, will be able to improve upon their self-confidence, as academics alone is not enough to provide that future we all seek for. The GIZ, through the Ghanaian European Center, continues to engage various tertiary institutions, and I am particularly elated that we are here in Sunyani, and we provide not only information but also capacity development opportunities for our stakeholders. My prayer is that Uenr will take advantage of its engagement with the center and to improve upon its international engagements as well. I see there is very intense collaboration with a university in Germany, and I want to inform, as a former student of a university in Germany, that these European institutions seek such north-south collaborations, and we want to impress upon the international office to explore further, to broaden the horizon for students here and also for the region as well. And not to be repetitive, I want to plead that for my project, which is a migration project related, we all know that the Bono region is one of the very famous regions for migration, and in fact, irregular migration. I believe for those of us who are from this region, there is not a single one of us whose relative or family member has not found a way to Libya. My prayer and plea to the Vice Chancellor and Pro-Vice Chancellor is that we have only a Center of Migration Studies at the University of Ghana. We have a Center of Migration Studies at Cape Coast. Unfortunately, we have such none at Uenr. My plea is the university to consider a Center for Migration and Human Security establishment here in the region. And I believe with Nana and Oketechi being here, land for such a center should not be a problem. We have more than enough. It cannot be that a university in Accra will be studying migration whilst our people do the actual migration. This is my humble plea, and I pray the university takes a critical look at it. I'll end on this note thanking particularly Nananum and the university leadership and each and every one here, and we pray the students will go back to their dormitories thinking beyond the Ghanaian territory, thinking beyond the West African territory, but to consider themselves individuals and students who are preparing for global competitiveness, because the world of work is open to all of us. At the center, we are promoting regular migration. German companies are here in Ghana recruiting Ghanaian expertise and not people with professorial certificates. We want people with vocational skills, people with bachelor's degrees to go work in the IT sector in Germany, to go work in the construction sector, among others. Unfortunately, sometimes we find none, and it is because some people are not aware. Such events, I pray the university will increase the numbers, and such information will be brought to the awareness of the students to explore further. Thank you very much, and have a nice day.
Let's appreciate him with a round of offering. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much. And then, of course, we move on to the keynote address, and the theme of which is Ghana's export potential in the global market. And who is the one to give us this keynote address, Benedicta?
So, ladies and gentlemen, representing lawyer Francis Kojo Kwarteng Arthur, who is the CEO of Ghana Export Promotion Authority, shall we welcome Ms. Linda Sewa Mensah as she comes here to address our audience on Ghana's export potential in the global market. Of course, we've seen stands here, and we've seen our businessmen and women mounting their products and services, of which, when we break for our panel discussion, we'll be given the opportunity to go and witness what they are doing. And so, we are not only promoting our products here in Ghana, we should also think about exporting our products. And that is why Ms. Linda is here today to talk about our export potentials in the global market. Let's welcome her once again with a round offering.
And now, Ms. Sewa Mensah, the stage is all yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much. At GEPA, we say, export Ghana, export more. So when I say export Ghana, you say export more. So export Ghana, very well, thank you. Honorable Vice Chancellor, distinguished faculty and staff of Uenr, representatives of the diplomatic missions and international organizations, fellow speakers, our exporters, students, participants, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols duly observed. Good morning once again. It is a great honor to stand before you today as the guest speaker at this important event, which is the University of Energy and Natural Resources International Day and exhibition. On behalf of the CEO of Ghana Export Promotion Authority, that is GEPA, I wish to express my deepest gratitude to the university leadership for this invitation and to commend the vision behind this gathering. The theme, promoting internationalization, visibility, and impact through diversification or diversity, provides a unique opportunity to reflect on one of Ghana's greatest strengths, that is our export potential in the global market. As the global economy evolves, so must our approach to positioning Ghana as a competitive, value-driven player in international markets. At GEPA, our mandate is simple yet ambitious: to develop and promote Ghana's non-traditional exports. This means moving beyond the export of raw commodities and focusing on value addition, innovation, and diversification. In recent years, Ghana has made notable progress in this direction. Our exports now span across agribusiness, processed foods, industrial arts and crafts, manufactured goods and services, reaching an increasing number of global markets. Ghana's strategic location as the gateway to West Africa, our growing infrastructure, a youthful, innovative population position us to become a major hub for export-led growth. The African Continental Free Trade Area, that is AFTA, opens doors to a market of 1.4 billion people, and Ghana must seize this advantage by building the capacity of enterprises to compete globally. This is where the link between education and export becomes critical. Universities like Uenr play a central role in shaping the skills and innovation needed for global competitiveness. Educational diplomacy, the deliberate use of education to foster partnerships and drive economic growth, is a powerful tool for enhancing Ghana's export potential. Cross-border research collaborations, student exchanges, and international academic partnerships all strengthen our soft power and create new pathways for trade. I urge our students here today to see themselves not only as learners, but as future global entrepreneurs and innovators. Whether in agri-tech, renewable energy, digital solutions, or industrial designs, your ideas can become Ghana's next big exports. The global market rewards those who are prepared, connected, as well as bold. To our exporters, they've really done marvelously well. Please, let's give them a round of applause. They've done well. Thank you. And business leaders, I reaffirm GEPA's commitment to supporting you through capacity building, market access facilitation, export financing linkages, and targeted trade missions. Your success directly fuels Ghana's growth and strengthens our global presence. To the youth, the world is your market. Let education be your passport, and let innovation be your currency. Our vision is to build an economy that exports not just goods, but talent, technology, and transformative ideas. In closing, Ghana's export potential is very vast, but it will only be fully realized if we work together with government, academia, industry, and the young people. Let us use this platform like this International Day to forge stronger networks, create solutions, and elevate Ghana's presence in the global market. Thank you very much. We say, Agepa, Export Ghana. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That is Ms. Linda Sewa Mensah from Ghana Export Promotion Authority. She represented lawyer Francis Kojo Kwarton Arthur, her CEO. Can we do the greetings again? Export Ghana. Oh, I can't hear you. Export Ghana. Yes.
And if anybody here wants to be exported to the UK, raise your hand. That's just a joke anyway.
Yeah.
I think we have interesting programs ahead. We have the launching of industrial attachment ahead, so look forward to that. And also the panel discussion ahead would be interesting. We would like to take the culture troop now, but we think that we
have one more speech from the Ministry of Energy.
So that we can enjoy the culture troop.
So before the culture troop comes.
So if Mr. Seth Maynard is ready, we would be happy to have him.
Representing Honorable Abdullah Jinapo, Minister of Energy and Green Transition.
We have the address Energy Transition and International Cooperation. And so we have Mr. Seth Maynard for that.
Let's welcome Mr. Seth Bedu with a round of applause, and that will be our final speech for the day. We are reminding you that we'll be breaking for a panel discussion, and we also have time for exhibition where you'll be given the opportunity to go to our various booths to patronize their products and services. Say your audience. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I am excited to be here this morning. I have a personal attachment to this noble university. So anytime I have the opportunity to represent my boss, I do it with so much love, I do it with so much passion. The protocols have already been established. I would want to go straight to the minister's keynote address to this gathering. I bring you warm greetings from the Honorable Minister of Energy and Green Transition, on whose behalf this keynote address is being delivered. I am honored to address this august gathering today as we chart Ghana's path towards economic recovery and growth, renewable energy and green transition, inclusive and sustainable energy development, and a resilient future. Distinguished guests, first and foremost, I highly commend the leadership, management, staff union, and the entire student body of the University of Energy and Natural Resources for their contribution in making this university a true citadel of knowledge for sustainable development. I would want to amplify this by giving a testimony about my own daughter who came to study in this university. She graduated in 2023 and has become a remarkable success in both her career and social life. This is because of the knowledge and discipline that she had in this university. You are evolving impressively across every sphere. We heard that in the Vice Chancellor's remark. We heard it in the Director for International Relations Office remarks. In all the remarks that we received this morning, you are making so much stride, and you ought to be highly commended. And I am confident that this university is on the path to becoming a world-class institution for resource sciences. It is essential to remain focused on your core mandates and avoid the pitfalls that have ensnared many academic institutions. The University of Energy and Natural Resources must be the definitive reference institution for knowledge, innovation, and research and development in national and global discussions on sustainable energy and natural resources development. Distinguished guests, Nananom, Ghana stands at a transformative juncture where sustainable energy development is not merely an aspiration, but a strategic pillar of national growth and prosperity. In this endeavor, we fully acknowledge that no single nation can succeed alone. Cooperation across borders, disciplines, and sectors is essential. In 2022, Ghana launched its National Energy Transition Framework, a bold 40-year strategy to decarbonize the economy and energy systems by 2070. This plan sets a clear trajectory by prioritizing a balanced energy approach that emphasizes sustainable investment in renewable energy, modernization of energy infrastructure, and diversification of the energy mix with clean technologies, including natural gas and nuclear power. I am pleased to report this morning that Ghana is making a remarkable strong progress in the energy transition. Currently, Ghana has integrated over 200 megawatts of solar energy capacity, accounting for more than 4% of the national installed capacity from renewable energy sources. This excludes hydro energy resources, which are also part of renewables. Through cooperation with global agencies, Ghana has made remarkable progress towards integrating nuclear energy to support the 24-hour plus and the big push. Through the nuclear power program and in alignment with the International Atomic Energy Agency milestones, we have been able to establish the regulatory, technical, and human capital required for groundwork to incorporate nuclear power into the national energy mix. And this will enhance grid stability, provide the needed power to drive industrialization of our country. Ladies and gentlemen, international cooperation for sustainable development must prioritize expanding energy access and equity. Our goal is not only to green our energy systems, but also to ensure universal access. That is why we are intensifying efforts to scale last-mile electrification, especially in rural and off-grid communities. And I'm happy to announce that my directorate has been working closely with this university. We have students coming to us to intern and to learn how we are deploying mini-grids as part of our last-mile electrification efforts. Currently, our access rate exceeds 89%, making Ghana one of the highest accessed country on the African continent. And through mini-grid deployment, solar home systems, and public-private partnerships, we are committed to ensuring that by 2030, we will have 99.89% access. So everybody in this country will have access to electricity. And this is so fundamental to support all the initiatives we've listened to this morning, especially from the Ghana Export Development Authority. If there's no energy, we cannot export. We need clean, sustainable, affordable energy to drive export. And it is even more crucial at this point because if we want to export certain commodities to markets outside this country, green labeling is a requirement. Are you producing with clean energy? And we are here to make it happen. So when you say export Ghana more, we'll also say we'll give you more green energy. Ladies and gentlemen, in collaboration with the World Bank, the Swiss government, the Climate Investment Fund, the United Nations Office Project Service, and the African Development Bank, we have been able to integrate mini-grids as a key component of the National Electrification Scheme to accelerate the last-mile connectivity. Currently, we have 8 mini-grids that are operational, and 35 is under development, and we are hopeful that by 2026-27, these 35 mini grids will be providing electricity to over 100,000 people living on islands and lakeside communities in this country. These systems combine solar power and battery storage with localized distribution networks, and I'm happy to inform you that we have come here with a model that during the exhibition you have the opportunity to learn from first hand what mini grid electrification is all about in this country. This initiative goes beyond providing access. It empowers rural households, schools, health clinics to operate more efficiently and sustainably. 2 weeks ago, I'm not referring to me, said no. The Honorable Minister, I approved the bold 5-year renewable energy and green transition action plan and investment plan for the sector. And this is the first public platform that this announcement is being made. The 5-year renewable energy and green transition action plan and investment is anchored on the National Energy Transition Framework, the Renewable Energy Master Plan, and this investment is going to be delivering high-impact interventions, including solar, smart solar street lighting, electric vehicle superchargers along our highways, increasing renewable energy capacity from the current 200 megawatts to over 1,400 megawatts, or by 2030. This bold plan would also see to the development of approximately 400 mini grids that will contribute to the universal access. Distinguished guests, we recognize that the energy transition is not only technological, but fundamentally human. No transition can be truly sustainable without skills, without institutions, and without innovations and ecosystems that foster all this together. That is why we see this university as so strategic, and we would want to strengthen our partnership with this university to ensure that the transition is not just a rhetoric, but it's something that we cannot be proud of as a policy for this country. Through collaboration, ladies and gentlemen, such as the International Solar Alliance and the World Bank, we are building capacities and establishing centers of excellence to develop the necessary human capital for the transition. And I was so thrilled when the Vice Chancellor talked about the various centers of excellence that has been established in this university, and I'm proud to inform you that the Ministry of Energy has been together with you, especially in getting the resources from the World Bank to establish the research, which has now received the ASIIN accreditation. And we believe that more of such collaboration is going to be happening in the coming years to make this university a true center of excellence in natural resources development. The Vice Chancellor also mentioned that you are hosting the second global world-class weather station. Again, the Ministry of Energy is so proud to be one of the enablers that made this a reality. And Prof, we are going to be doing more for you in the coming years. We are also collaborating with other institutions. Through the International Solar Alliance, we have been able to establish a regional center of excellence at the Ho Technical University, the STAR-C, what we call the Solar Technology Application Resource Center. And that center is going to serve as an innovation hub where ideas will be incubated, supported, and brought to the marketplace. The center has already received accreditation from ECOWAS and serving as a regional center for training solar energy experts, not only in Ghana, but West Africa. Ghana is actively investing in technical and vocational training, equipping young people with vital skills in renewable energy, electrical systems, green construction, and clean mobility. We are transforming select training centers into regional centers of excellence in green technologies. These institutions will not only serve Ghana, but also facilitate knowledge sharing across the African region. And we say a big thank you to our German partners, GIZ, for working with the Ministry of Energy closely to make the TVET program an enviable one today, not only for Ghana, but Africa. The Ministry of Energy and Green Transition remains committed to supporting all of you in expanding your research facilities. We would also open our doors to ensure that students from this university can intern with our world-class institutions like the Volta River Authority, the Bui Power Authority, the National Petroleum Authority, BOST, even the Ministry of Energy. And we are looking forward that when the Renewable Energy Authority is established, we'll have a lot of the graduates from this university working with that authority. We would want to birth that authority with Uenr, and want to strengthen a cord between that institution and Uenr. Nananum, distinguished guests, finance remains a critical enabler for sustainable energy development and green transition. Ghana has made significant strides by accessing over $1 billion in climate finance for key projects, including the Scaling Up Renewable Energy Program, resource-based payments from the Forest Carbon Partnership Facility, and developing a project pipeline through the Green Climate Fund and the Ghana Climate Innovation Center. I encourage the university to work with all of us to develop green projects for this institution. There is so much money. The Green Climate Fund alone sits on billions of dollars. The Climate Investment Fund sits on billions of dollars. How do we unlock this? We can do it through cooperation and partnership. We remain mindful of the risks and challenges associated with sustainable financing, and to address this, the government has taken another bold step by establishing the Renewable Energy and Green Transition Investment Fund. This fund is going to be raking in millions or billions of cedis that will be used to design and provide sustainable financing for transformative projects and initiatives. It will also be used to support infrastructure development, and I want Uenr to take advantage of this. Your name connotes that, and let's work together to ensure that you maximize the gains from this fund. Ladies and gentlemen, our shared success depends on continued and strengthened cooperation. The energy transition in Ghana cannot and should not occur in isolation. Ghana is actively engaged in international cooperations and is advancing regional integration to facilitate cross-border energy trade and harnessing economies of scale in developing renewable energy, nuclear energy, and other green energy technologies for the transition. Additionally, we are bolstering cooperation with multilateral institutions, academic partners, and climate technology leaders. Later this year, Ghana will be hosting the Africa Climate and Green Growth Week, together with the 7th Africa Regional Committee meeting of the International Solar Alliance. These events will convene the African continent's ministers of energy, investors, development partners, bilateral and multilateral donors, academia, institutions, and the private sector. The Honorable Minister warmly invites you to join him as we gather and to provide valuable inputs as we explore opportunities to deepen our international dialogue and scale up collaboration. Let us walk this path together as researchers, policymakers, students, nananum, and as citizens to ensure that Ghana's green transition becomes a model of inclusive and sustainable development for Africa and the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mensah, for those beautiful words. A round of applause would do again, please. We've been sitting down for a while, and it is beautiful to take in a breather by inviting the Uenr Cultural Troupe to give us a brief display. This time they call it Kundum, West Regional Dance Ensemble. We invite the Uenr Cultural Troupe. Are you ready? I don't know.
Uenr Cultural Troupe, please, we are waiting for you. Thank you, DJ. Thank you, DJ. So we are taking the next breather from Uenr Cultural Troupe. Thank you.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
So Osaje for Kwame Nkrumah once said, I am not an African because I was born in Africa, but because Africa was born in me. Na not only who ye efe. Na ohen chasiye na uhi impossible be kachiro. Yes, a yechi to the main yina so your mambo fo mu a ye koye no ne be twe san. Na san na nanu wada romance ye be di be sunkunem. Ye mo yen se mo Uenr cultural troupe, they've done very well.
And that's a very beautiful story. In miming, the kidnapper had power, but the village warrior has more power because power never takes a back step except in the face of more power. So more power won the day, showing the African display of traditional power. It's a beautiful one, and we want to express our thanks very much to the Uenr Cultural Troupe for being a very dynamic Ghanaian international and showing that we can, in addition to academic expertise, add this type of extracurricular activities and make us rounded, because as the Latinic saying goes, mens sana in corpore sano, a sound mind in a sound body. Thank you so much, Uenr Cultural Troupe. What do we have next, Benedicta?
So before we call the next, we would want to assure students gathered here that we will have a presentation on how you can apply for scholarship and schools abroad. So please stay glued on your seat because you need this information. So representing the regional minister for Bono and also representing the Minister of Environment, Science and Technology, we want to have a short address from Mr. Mbo Samuel. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome him with a clap offering. He is representing two great invited guests here. And as he mounts the podium, kindly permit me to acknowledge our media houses taking the coverage. We have Joy News, Ghana News Agency, Peace FM, Graphic Communication, and of course we have Joy TV representative here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do it one more time for Mr. Samuel Mbo. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, MC. I am Samuel Banenbo, Assistant Director at the Bono Regional Coordinating Council, representing the Honorable Regional Minister, and then the Minister for Environment, Science, and Technology. Mr. Chairman, the Honorable Regional Minister says I should extend his sincerest apologies through you to all dignitaries present in here for his inability to be present to grace this very important program. But because of the premium he places on programs such as this, he delegated myself and my other officers to represent him. Without much ado, and with your kind permission, may I proceed to deliver his address to you. The Vice Chancellor, who doubles as the chairman for this occasion, representative of Ministry of Energy and Green Transition, international partners present here, distinguished faculty members here, Nananom, students, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Bono Regional Coordinating Council and the Honorable Regional Minister, I am honored to join you today at the University of Energy and Natural Resources to celebrate this year's International Day and to deliver a keynote address under the theme Ghana's Vision for International Scientific Collaboration and the Role of Innovation in Addressing Environmental Challenges, unquote. Let me begin by commending University of Energy for this unwavering commitment in advancing research, science and innovation in energy, environment and natural resource management. Your institutions continue to be a hub for developing knowledge and skills that Ghana and Africa need to address the urgent environmental challenges of our time. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, climate is changing. Our forests are shrinking. Our rivers are being polluted and choking. And our future, the future of Ghana and of the world, hinges in the balance. However, I stand here today with the hope. That because I believe in the power of science and power of innovation and the power of collaboration across borders, today at your esteemed university, we are not here to just talk about environment. We are here to challenge ourselves, to shape the solutions that will define our very existence and our tomorrow. Ghana, like many other across the globe, is confronted with pressing environmental challenges such as climate change impacts, biodiversity loss, land degradation, unsustainable resource use, and pollution of air and water, soil. These issues not only threaten our ecosystem, but also our economy, food security, and the well-being of our people. The magnitude of the challenges call for an approach that is rooted in science, technology, innovation, and international collaboration. It requires not only the best effort, but also strong partnership with global scientific community. The government of Ghana recognizes that science knows no borders. Our vision, therefore, is to build a globally connected, innovation-driven sustainability focused scientific ecosystem. This vision rests on three key pillars. First, partnership for knowledge exchange. Under this program, Ghana seeks to strengthen collaboration with academic and research institutions and innovation hubs across the world to share knowledge, exchange expertise, and jointly develop solutions. Secondly, leveraging on global research for local impact, where we will ensure that the latest scientific breakthroughs are adapted and applied to our local realities, from renewable energy technologies and climate-smart agriculture to waste to energy solutions and advanced biodiversity monitoring systems. Thirdly, the capacity building and talent mobility, where we seek to support our researchers, innovators, and students to participate in global research networks, engage in joint projects, and bring home skills that can accelerate our sustainable development and promote the well-being of our people. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, innovation is the bridge between scientific discovery and the real-world solution. In Ghana, we are already seeing the impact of innovations in several areas, including renewable energy, through deployment of solar mini-grids, off-grid solution power, rural communities, and climate-smart agriculture. Using data-driven precision farming and drought-resistant crop varieties, this sector is where Council of Scientific and Industrial Research has over the years provided high-yielding, disease-resistant, and drought-tolerant varieties of plant materials for adoption by our farmers. The adoption of circular economy with local entrepreneurs turning plastic waste into building materials and eco-friendly products under the circular economy framework for the plastic sector, my ministry, that is the Ministry of Environment, has supported 11 small-scale and medium enterprises within the plastic value chain to receive financial and technical assistance These SMEs focus on producing biodegradable plastics, food-grade recycling, and construction-grade recycling materials. 8 out of the 11 SMEs have signed agreement with the ministry and have since commenced implementation. This initiative strengthens Ghana's transition to a circular, sustainable plastic economy. In respect of environmental monitoring, the adoption of drone technology and satellite imagery to track forest cover, land use, and illegal mining activities, The Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology is committed to creating the enabling environment for such innovators to thrive by improving research findings and strengthening intellectual property protection and facilitating public partnership. On this very important note, the representative of Minister of Energy and Green Transition, I'm told you said you supported Uenr in some programs. The doors of the Bono Regional Coordinating Councils are also open for your solar energy project, if only it is free. In all this, universities such as yours will have a unique responsibility to be incubators of both ideas and solutions. I am hoping that you will foster interdisciplinary research that integrates environmental science, engineering, social science, and political studies to train the next generation of scientists, engineers, and innovators who can operate effectively in both the global context and serve as a bridge between academia, industry, government, and communities. I therefore look forward to your innovations and solutions to our environmental issues. The theme for today reminds me that we cannot tackle environmental challenges in isolation. We must collaborate internationally, innovate locally, and act decisively. As you observe this International Day, let us reaffirm our commitment to working together across disciplines, sectors, and borders to safeguard our planet for present and future generations. The government of Ghana will continue to champion diplomacy, strengthen partnership that promotes North-South and South-South scientific technology transfer and cooperations, and invest in innovation that achieve our vision and a greener and cleaner, more and more sustainable nation. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let us live here today inspired to transform the research into action, challenges into opportunities, and ideas into solutions. Our planet's future depends on the steps we take today. Together, we can make this nation great. Thank you for your kind attention. I look forward to continued collaboration with the ministry and Uenr and for international partners. Thank you, and may God bless us all.
Thank you very much for coming, Mr. Samuel Umbo. Ladies and gentlemen, let's continue to show him appreciation. He represented the Minister of Environment, Science and Technology and the Bono Regional Minister. Kozi?
I think everybody's getting tired, but we live in an AI time, and would like to get right into a very brief launching of the university's industrial attachment app. And we have on board Dr. Imahi Ismaila, who is a university liaison officer, to launch the app. Dr. Imahi, please.
So as we wait on Doctor, we are also reminding our students that after doc, we will be taking a brief presentation on studying abroad. So please stay glued to your seat. Let's welcome Dr. Ismaila with a round offering. He is going to help us to understand the industrial attachment app. You should get your phones, your tablets and your Wi-Fi is ready. Thank you.
Thank you so much, MC. Professor Elvis Asare Bediako, Vice Chancellor of Uenr and Chairman of this important occasion. A rep of the Honorable Minister, the Honorable Regional Minister, and also rep of the Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology, representative from JIPA, representative from the Sunyani Regional House of Chiefs, project manager of GIZ, and director of the Ministry of Energy, Pro-Vice Chancellor, the registrar, deans, directors here present, Nananum here present, esteemed industry representatives, colleagues, and dear students, good afternoon. And thank you for the opportunity to speak on behalf of the University Industrial Attachment Office at this important gathering that celebrates partnerships, progress, and purpose. We are here today because we believe in the power of partnerships. The connection between academia and industry, between knowledge and practice, and most importantly, between theory and real-world experience. These connections are vital to producing graduates who are not just academically accomplished, but industry-ready. That's also ethical, innovative, and competitive. At Uenr, the Industrial Attachment Office plays a pivotal role in actualizing this vision. The office coordinates the university's attachment program for all level 300 students, ensuring that students receive practical training in relevant industries. This is not a formality. It is a structured and intentional journey that involves, one, finding suitable placements for students in leading organizations, two, writing formally to request internship slots, three, placing students for a minimum of 6 weeks of hands-on training, and four, assigning lecturers to monitor, assess, and ensure that academic objectives are being met. And if you may recall, the regional minister actually mentioned that he's got students from Uenr doing the attachment at his ministry. After this rigorous process, Prof. Chair, students are graded based on performance, but our work does not stop there. For level 400 students, the Industry Attachment Office organizes training modules in areas such as CV writing, interview grooming, professional ethics and values, and personal branding. These skills are essential. They ensure that when our students walk into an interview room or the world of work, they don't just have the right answers, they have the right mindset, the right presentation, and the right ethical foundation. Let me take this opportunity to outline some key expectations from our industry partners when it comes to our students. One, we know that industries expect students to be curious learners, willing to adapt and absorb. We also know that industry expects students to demonstrate basic professional conduct, punctuality, and responsibility. And again, industry also hopes to see students bring fresh perspectives and new energy to old challenges. In return, the opportunities for students are immense. Beyond just acquiring practical skills, students often discover career pathways, receive mentorship, and in many cases, secure full-time employment from the very places they intend. So our partnerships, however, go beyond attachment placements. We see industry as co-educators and co-creators in the learning process. Furthermore, we also extend an open hand for collaborative research. In an age driven by data, innovation, and sustainability, we believe the University of Energy and Natural Resources has the expertise, and the industry also have the real-world challenges So together, we can build new tools, processes, and solutions that serve both academia and national development. So, Prof. Chair, it is in line with this vision that the Industrial Attachment Office, in collaboration with the IT department of Uenr, have established this attachment hub that would enable students to easily find placements, that will also enable institutions and industry partners to easily collaborate with the university. So at this stage, I'll hand over to my colleague IT personnel to take you through the hub that we have developed for the students and then the industry.
Thank you very much, Doc. My name is Emmanuel Akwa, and I'm from the IT Directorate. I would like to take you through the Attachment Hub. So the Attachment Hub is a web-based application. So you can access it with this URL, attachments.uenr.edu.gh. You can equally scan the barcode to access it. So this app aims to solve the problem students go through to apply or secure a placement for industrial attachments. Usually, students would have to secure a letter from the department and then take it to the companies of their choice to secure placement. And there are several challenges to this process. Sometimes the letter gets misplaced, and because the letter is addressed to a particular company, when you misplace the letter, you would have to come for a new letter, and several other challenges. This is the landing page of the app. Key features. So we have authentication, companies, applications, slots, and coordinators. Authentication. There are two main users of this app, which are the students and the attachment coordinators. So the main attachment coordinator for the university has access to this coordinators page to add coordinators for various departments and various schools. So for instance, if there's a new attachment coordinator for the School of Mines, that the university attachment coordinator will come and add that lecturer here as an attachment coordinator. Now we have the companies here. So companies that have the affiliation with Uenr will all be added on this page. And then the attachment coordinator for the various departments or schools will add slots they have secured from the companies to be accessed by the students for application. Now this page will give us statistics of the available slots for a particular company and then the slots that have already been taken. So for instance, if we secured 10 slots from a company like Newmont's Ghana, and 5 students have applied for Newmont's Ghana, we will see that there will be a remaining of 5 slots for 5 more students. Now when the student visits the portal, for instance, a student from the School of Mines, he will see something like this, companies available for them to choose from in the comfort of their homes. This can be accessed on their phones, and they will see this list. They will just have to click on apply, and then that is done. The attachment office will go ahead to prepare a letter based on the list of applications they've received for a particular company and submit to the company on behalf of the student. In the future, we would like to bring this page into the academic tracker for the students to access it easily instead of visiting the attachments portal itself. And we also like to extend access to companies to be able to access students easily on the portal. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much. So I would like to advise our students that please take full advantage of every opportunity. Learn with humility, serve with commitment, and represent this university with pride. The world is watching, and you are more than ready. To our industry partners and stakeholders, we say thank you. Thank you for believing in the vision of Uenr and in the potential of our students. We look forward to doing even greater things together. Let us continue to build a bridge from the classroom to the boardroom, from the laboratory to the field, and from ambition to achievement. Thank you, and may our collaboration grow stronger in the years to come. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Imahi, for the presentation of the app. We'd like to shuffle part of the program a little bit. We know that all of us are a little tired, but we want to thank you so much for still being comporting yourself and sitting down listening carefully. That's beautiful of you. We'd like to appreciate that. At this time, we'd like to have a study abroad and a student engagement, a very brief one, no doubt about that. So I'd like to invite David Sechi, the Assistant Registrar, IRO, for that. Or in the stead of that, we have Campus France and the rep for DAAD. Some brief remarks.
So, Assistant Registrar for IRO, David Sechi, will be walking us through study abroad. And as he comes, we want to acknowledge the presence of our international students. Permit me if I'm not able to mention your name correctly. We have one of our international students from Kenya, Sarah Kahuri. Is Sarah here? Let's recognize her with a round of applause. She's over there. We have Tadisi Leta Jiru from Ethiopia. Is Tadisi here? Let's welcome him. Oh, we are appreciating our international students. Please, let's appreciate them so that they will bring more of their siblings to Uenr. We have Titus Adeyemi Alonge. As for Nigerian name, I will take it. That's Titus, one of our international students from Nigeria. Also from Nigeria, we have Joshua Ayeju Gbagbe. Let's appreciate Joshua. And then from Chad, we have Romeo Jambe. We are told Romeo is not around. Thank you very much for choosing Uenr.
Can we now have Mr. David Sechi? Some words from you.
So again, with a clap offering, let's welcome Sir Dave. Studying abroad, very important.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, the Vice Chancellor, invited guests, all observed. My name is David Sachi. I happen to be the Assistant Registrar in charge of the International Relations Office. I would want to just give a brief remarks with regards to study abroad. I would say that our mandate is not different from the vision of Uenr as IRO, as well as our routine work in terms of our core duty is to position the university to work together, to position the university internationally, and then also to foster collaborations and partners across the globe. Notwithstanding, in terms of internationalization, we are mandated to support through the office to project the dealings of the university with stakeholders externally in order to have that visibility. Aside this, I would like to say that in terms of internationalization, it has to do with we being positioned to process the interaction between two nations and then also to support that collaboration. And IRO has been doing that through exchange with research collaborations. We have been doing that through exchange with students as well as building that international visibility. Since we have GIZs and then other partners, international partners, who are into the study abroad, I wouldn't like to touch much since we've been working with them and they also have the podium to share what they do. so that it will throw more light to what we do. So on this note, I would say that the International Relations Office is spearheading internationalization as well as globalization through Uenr. And so this moment, I'd want to pause here and then applaud all the good works we've been doing, and also to appreciate the management of the university for their valiant support to IRO and also positioning Uenr at the global space. On this note, I would say that the International Relations Office of Uenr is ready to cooperate and then partner with all other stakeholders, especially international partners, in order to give Uenr the global visibility that we deserve. So on this note, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for your cooperation with Uenr and IRO. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sechi, for those words. It's now time for us to call on the project manager, Wacren, W-A-C-R-E-N, with a few remarks. We are adjusting the panel discussion in a unique way because of time. If he is not there, would we have Mrs. Adike Ayiteve, Director, Principal Consultant, IFORA, on stage, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Abigail Asel. I am the project manager for Wacren. Wacren is West and Central African Research and Education Network. West and Central African Research and Education Network. So from the name itself, you could tell that our main target audience is Research and Education Network. So we deal mainly with universities, researchers, publishers, librarians, and the likes. Our main focus on what we do is we provide infrastructure and services for universities in West and Central Africa. So when we pick infrastructure, for example, currently as we speak, we are trying to establish a link across West and Central Africa. So we are making quite a number of procurements and links that will be connecting the West and Central Regional African Network. And we also have some parts, the Eastern and Southern African Research Network as well. So we are just trying to create that link that will be providing internet services for universities. Primarily what we do is we provide connectivity, we provide internet services for universities. So this is not internet for everybody, but because it's for universities, it comes as a subsidized pricing. And it's an European Union funded project. And so we do think of it as an ISP. We buy the procurement, we buy the equipment, we buy the links, and we are able to bring it down and make it more affordable for universities. In terms of services, we also do have quite a number of services. We do have Baobab, which is a repository for researchers. So those that are into research, this will be your area. We do have PITSLink. So for a researcher, you'd be interested in PITSLink because what it does is, once you're able to have an identifier to your research work, which is published, even if the internet is to go down, you still do have access to the research that has been done. We do have quite a number of services. We have a booth right there. So if you want to know more about exactly what we do, you can come right there. Now, just taking it back to infrastructure, our main focus is also, we are actually coming up with a fourth phase of our Africa Connect project. Now, what this project really does is that for this phase, we are going to be focusing on climate. So as part of that climate agenda, we are going to be procuring weather stations that will be deployed across several countries within West and Central Africa. We are also going to be connecting quite a number of high-performance computers across 5 different locations in West and Central Africa. We do have data that is called UMECAS data that is mainly dealing with, or that mainly has data that enables for predicting the weather, how the weather is going to be weather forecast. Now, what's happening is this data is currently available, but most universities do lack the infrastructure that is able to pull this data down. So what we will be doing as Wakren is we'll be building a data portal that would capture this data. And because we have the infrastructure and we have the resources that is able to take up this data, and I'm talking about terabytes of data, huge amounts of data. And then what we'll do is that we'll be able to, once we create this portal, we are able to bring that data down to the meteorological agencies like the Ghana Met, the Burkina Faso Met, across West and Central Africa Research and Education Network. So yes, we do have quite a lot in the pipeline. Again, I've been told there's limited time. So if you want to find out more about what Wakren does, please visit our booth. Our booth is just right behind there. We'll share some more additional information on what we do, and then we can see how best we can collaborate on next steps. Thank you very much.
So that's our consultant for Ifora, Mrs. Adike Ayetive, and she's also a director. Let's recognize her work again with a round offering. Ladies and gentlemen, we are still on our discussion. We were supposed to have done a panel discussion, but because most of our speakers have been here, we are calling them to give us a short note because of time. And so we call the last person on the list, Dr. Joseph Tando, the Director for Ghana Space Science Technology Institute, to give us his remarks on our theme, strengthening educational diplomacy and international trade. Ladies and gentlemen, let's appreciate his coming with a clap offering. Dr. Joseph Tando, Director, Ghana Space Science Technology Institute. Thank you very much, sir, for coming.
Okay, hello everyone. I think I'll stand on the existing protocols. So I'm Joseph Tando and the Director for the Ghana Space Science Technology Institute. And I'm also happy to be here. At the Ghana Space Science Technology Institute, our main theme is to take Ghana to space. And like my previous speakers said, you cannot go to space alone. And from our inception, it has always been about collaboration, because we can't do it alone. And I think that is why we're here. In 2017, we were able to convert an abandoned communication antenna into a radio telescope, which currently serves as a regional training hub for the African region. And we did that through our collaboration with the South African, that is our SK partners. The same 2017 also, Ghana launched its first satellite, and it was also through collaboration with the Japanese. At the Ghana Space Science Technology Institute, what we want to do is we want to create the enabling environment for Ghana to go to space easily. So what we are doing is we currently have the Ghana National Space Policy that has already been approved by Cabinet. So what we are doing is we are implementing the policy. So that is why I find this partnership or this program to be very interesting, because with the international collaboration that we will enable, we'll be able to build the human capacity or the necessary resources that we need to go to space. What I will urge our students here is we need to think globally. By that, what I mean is we need to create skills that we can trade. When it comes to space science and technology, the main thing is about digitalization. So digitalizing our tools, especially bringing space-based solution to address our socioeconomic problems. So when you take, for instance, remote sensing units, where we are building tools to monitor our environment, our borders in terms of surveillance, in terms of health, we need to build applications that we ourselves co-own as a country. So as we go through our academic studies, let's think about building solutions that we can trade, because some of these solutions that we're already using are tools and applications that have already been built by other countries that we are using. But what Uenr stands for is to co-develop and build these things our own. We have a very strong collaboration with Uenr, and I think we want to build on that to build the capacity or the skills that we need to take Ghana to space. So I'll end by saying we really support the initiative by the Vice Chancellor, and GSSTI's doors are always open for collaboration. And we will try to provide the right environment for the students when they are done with their academics to get into the space industry. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, sir, for coming. At this point, we are about closing our program, but before then, we have a video of some of our past international students who have a message for us. I want to crave on your indulgence to give us some few minutes to play the video and listen to some testimonies they have about Uenr. So, technical team, please give us the video. After the video, we are going to open the exhibition shops. We take our final closing remarks, our prayer, and then we will take our photography. So please stay glued to your seats.
I don't want to sound like I'm too critical, but I feel that's how Priscilla is feeling.
I'm Sarah Kahori from Kenya. I'm taking a PhD in sustainable land management. I first heard about from a former colleague from the University of Netherlands, and that is why I got interested. Kenya is 70% semi-arid and arid, and we have a lot of degradation. So this program is very relevant to my country. So far, we have learned a lot of things which are relevant to, for example, when we attack.
So as they work on the audio, we would welcome the representative from Ghana Exports Promotion Authority to officially open our exhibition stands, so that immediately after the video, we would go to the exhibition stands. Let's welcome Miss with a round offering. She wants to officially open our exhibition stands. So technical team, please keep the video on standby.
Sustainable Economy in Berlin and an affiliate of the Technical University of Berlin. We are running a project with the Uenr for 3 years now, together with the KNUST and other partners, and it's funded by the German.
Good afternoon once again. Vice Chancellor, all protocols duly observed. I think, we've done a very massive work. I've not slept for like 5 days now. We needed to contact all these exporters so that they will be here. And they are not coming in from only Sunyani. Some of them are coming in from Techiman, Brekum. They've really done well. So please, I'm encouraging each and everyone here to go there, observe their products, and have interactions with them. Thank you very much.
I'm Sarah Kahori from Kenya. I'm taking a PhD in sustainable land management. I first heard about the Uenr program from a former colleague from the University of Netherlands, and That is why I got interested. Kenya is 70% semi-arid and arid, and we have a lot of degradation. So this program is very relevant to my country. So far, we have learned a lot of things which are relevant to, for example, when we are tackling SDG 15.3, and we have learned a lot, and our experience has been good. Thank you.
That have been used to power small electric loads and charge mobile phones, provide light.
My name is Titus Adeyemi Alunge. I'm from Nigeria. I'm a PhD student in Sustainable Land Management, Department of Land Management, School of Mines and Built Environment. I heard about Uenr from online program, online call for PhD Sustainable Land Management Scholarship Award. So, and I did my background checks, and I discovered that Uenr is the best place for me where I can study.
The electric loads
15.3, and we have learned a lot, and our experience has been good. Thank you. I'm Sarah Kahuri from Kenya. I'm taking a PhD in Sustainable Land Management.
Okay. My name is Titus Adeyemi Alunge. I'm from Nigeria. I'm a PhD student in Sustainable Land Management, Department of Land Management, School of Mines and Built Environment. I heard about
I'm Sarah Kahuri from Kenya. I'm taking a PhD in Sustainable Land Management. I first heard about the Uenr program from a former colleague from the University of Netherlands, and that is why I got interested. Kenya is 70% semi-arid and arid, and we have a lot of degradation. So this program is very relevant to my country.
Mathematical Sciences in Rwanda, the Kigali Collaborative Research Center, and the University of Leeds. This is a project about electricity access and clean cooking. And we draw inspiration from the success where small electric loads and charge mobile phones provide light, but they are too small to power the big loads that are a lot more useful. Electric loads from cooking, industrial processes, and agriculture.
Okay. My name is Titus Adeyemi Alunge. I'm from Nigeria. I'm a PhD student in Sustainable Land Management, Department of Land Management, School of Mines. I heard about Uenr from online program, online call for PhD Sustainable Land Management Scholarship Award.
The director and principal consultant for Uenr. Let's welcome her with a round offering. After her, we'll be done with the speeches. Ladies and gentlemen, this woman traveled from afar.